Sounds good, dude. Some people ask me, they're like, hey Cameron, where do you live now? Or where are you? And I go, Carson City, Nevada, the Silver State capital. I actually really like it. It's my favorite city in northern Nevada. I like it better than Reno. This album's really cool too. Swanland. The whole thing is like written in weird tunings. And I don't even mean like a weird scale. I think like he like changed what things are naturally tuned to anyway. So the whole album, everything about it just like feels so refreshing to me. Because it's not like the whatever, you know how they like, when you open up a tuner, it's like, you know, 470 or whatever. This is tuned to something different. Love that. So yeah, now we're getting to downtown Carson City. This is the Ormsby House. This is like, it was a casino and then they redid it and never opened it. And it's been like this for a long time. Really a bummer, because it'd be really cool to have this big casino down here. Carson's chill. Like, we have a freeway, so this whole downtown area is not really a commuter place. It's like some Capitol stuff, but it's just easy going. It's easy to get around. It's not very crowded. It's in the middle of everything in northern Nevada. I live here, Aaron lives here. It's like, what more could you want? My tinted windows, sick. Sticky dot. These mints.
No, they're guitar picks. Jeremy Saffer, he's super.
Oh yeah.
You know who he is, like photographer dude. He did this Daughters of Darkness book that's like this black metal girl book. I dated, during the process of that book, I dated 2 girls in it and helped do 2 sets of makeup in it. So he was just like, you're technically part of it. So.
Once again, we are confronted with big slime.
Big slime, baby.
And it's... Everything is produced basically, and now we begin mixing. Right there is Fox.
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds tight. Kind of like it tight.
Bypass it?
Let's bring this up to normal speed. Kind of sounds cool below it. Like here's like, I can't almost hear anything.
Yeah, it's a little too much. That gain needs to go up a little bit for sure.
Like, we usually have it at 10K.
Yeah, that's EDM shit.
This sounds dope here. You know what I mean?
It sounds really good. Yeah, around 2.5 I think is safe.
Yeah, it makes it sound pro.
The 2.5
What's
boost.
the cut sound? Because the cut's always
Yeah, the high cut.
No way. Look how shitty it sounds now. That's so weird, dude.
After you did that, that sounds like a little harsh there.
I had it high to hear where it is.
Yeah. Oh, for the freak.
Yeah, I'm like, fucking break. Oh yeah, this is without.
Yeah, there's like a sharpness.
What's happening on EQ? Drums are so badass. Why don't we just turn that off? That's where
There it is, right there. Scoop that shit out. Yeah, and then see, you can add more of the room, man. Yeah.
Dude, Superior Drummer is so fucking cool. Like, I never want to mix in the session anymore. I just want to use the Superior Drummer stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, like the more that's probably gonna be one of the next plug-in things I pick up after.
It's so legit.
Does it eat up a lot of CPU? Just like it looks like something that would.
Oh yeah. But it's like the only thing
that you
really am using CPU on.
Yeah, that's true.
Aside from the vocals, really.
Yeah, that cleared up so much weirdness in there.
You know what we should do now? Step out of the room for a little bit.
No, I agree. I was about to suggest that we take it. Because I stepped out there because I forgot about my tea, and I was like, oh, yeah, I came in and it sounded already dead, but I will be.
But I'm thinking, like, I think cross-referencing the pre-production is good, because the pre-production is like...
We had the vibe.
That's the vibe.
Had the vibe. Like, I don't know what we nailed, like, something. We, like, in that process, you know? Like, the whatever we did with the pre-production, like, captured a feeling.
Oh, yeah. So I think if we can just get the pre-production feeling, but have it be just smoother, I think we're there.
Agreed.
And it's funny, too, because, like, during this mixing process, I watched us go, like, to the threshold
hard,
and then way past it, and then
come.
dialing it back, which is exactly how the disfiguring stuff was.
That is true.
But
I think
instead of over the course of, like, 2 weeks, it was, like, in an hour and a half.
Well, we're learning it more. I also just think, like, I'm personally just, like, excitable because it's a cool piece of equipment that I just, you know.
Oh, the gear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we went a little hard because of the gear, I think. But we also went in on, like, adding hella effects. And
the vocals were a big thing, and then the guitars, we did a heavy move. See, like, those guitars on the Disturbed thing, I wrote the whole song with those on
there, yeah.
So I got used to it.
Yeah.
You know?
We
didn't do that. That was, like, the biggest thing when we dragged the pre-production back in. I was like, damn, dude, like, the pre-production just has, like, this fucking vibe going, and ours, like...
It kind of scooped that, like, feeling out.
Yeah. This is why I think it's important we mix it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We get that feeling going.
Because we want to know what we want it to feel like.
Yeah. If we wanted to have someone else mix it, we'd have to do the whole thing with them. You know what I mean?
Oh, it would be one of those things where it's like what I'm talking about, where I'm like, all right, well, we're going to go to LA or wherever the fuck.
Yeah. Like these deathcore bands that get their shit mixed by someone else, it's like they're all going for the same sound. You know what I mean?
Well, they want to sound like somebody, and that's what their thing is, but we're trying to, like... not sound like anybody.
Dude, what time is it?
7:18, almost 7:30.
Holy shit. I was like, where's the sun?
Yeah, it just went down. Yeah, see?
Bummer.
The lights. This thing.
Bummer, huh?
Bummer, little.
How old is Little?
She's probably like 7 now.
How old is Shadow?
9, 10. Maybe like 10 or something. Almost 11. He's getting old.
See what you have to look forward to? You're gonna be old soon.
Yeah, but he's purebred, so he has to deal with purebred shit. I think she's gonna be
a little spicy.
I think her health is gonna be a little better overall over time.
Yeah.
Just for that. She's got this cat to keep her in check.
Yeah. Raider.
Say what? What does he say?
Dude, is this fake or is this real?
No, this is real. This is on TV.
Send it to Wayne right now.
This is a blurm on vocal, though. A blurm. But that's how I learned how to do vocal.
That's a classic video.
We'd do that one, and then there was this other video called Black Metal Cookies. That was really good. Whereas these dudes baking cookies, and they did a version 2, and then somebody comes to the door, and he's like, it's the way they talk, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just goofing off like that. But goofing off's really the only way. to figure out your voice.
Okay, should we listen to the pre-production or the original or the mix now?
Let's listen to the mix, and then we'll listen to the pre-production after.
I think this should come out. I want to hear this now.
Yeah, me too.
It's so much louder.
Yeah, I was like, wait, bro.
Do this thing.
I also think that because that though, like the drums not being so forward, we need like something to fill up a little bit of that mid.
Well, let's check this out because this is not going through the bus.
Oh,
and this is
yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
And this is now the same exact.
Yeah.
Christ. Ours is way better.
Yeah.
That's hard to listen to.
Yeah, that is very hard to listen to.
Yeah, it's like, and that's what I've always kind of noticed about him. It's like, there's like this unpolished thing, really with the drums being like really loud and punchy, which was a vibe. Let's listen to a different section.
Drums just a slight bit forward to fix that a little bit, but.
What if we did more distortion? Yeah, I think it sounds pretty damn good. That sounds like a weaker version of the same vibe.
Yeah.
But now we can really hear the snare and the kick in the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just feel like the snare needs to carve out just a little bit this way.
Yeah, that's hella pro.
That's what it is. We have to take a picture of our settings every time.
Yeah, because we're about to change it. We have it all dialed, but I'm thinking like, so what I was thinking is we're only, like this is probably a dB.
Yeah.
Not even, well probably, no I think that, this is the only problem with this X filter is where it says gain is where the 1 should be, I think. You know what I mean? What?
Oh.
I guess where it says gain is where the 1.2 should be. So let's see, let's take the limiter off. Get our mix going. We're gain staging. Let's turn it up a little bit.
Okay.
Be here. This high-end shit.
I think like a subtle boost there is nice. But more the vocal.
Max bass.
Max bass.
It's funny because like the music is so musical. I'm like erring more on the side of caution than being like fuck it.
Yeah. No, I agree because I feel like we hit that. Like adding a little bit of that low is fine, but when we were fucking around. We were too far. Like we were too far forward.
Yeah. That's crisp, yo.
What is that? 2.5?
It's this 1.2 right here. This is 2.5. pure money. So we have it done. That break we took, it's perfect. Some time will do me good. Stepping away from that. But we kind of kept the same vibe as the pre-production, which you guys haven't heard. Just made it way better. It's funny because at first we did a mix, and then we dropped the pre-production in, and they were like, we like the pre-production better. So we made it closer to the pre-production. Pretty much exactly the same. And then we just had it like better. And then from there we just kind of like sculpted little really minor things. So that's kind of how I like to do it. The pre-production is like a result of the recording process and the writing process and just like the vibe creation. So in my opinion, the mixing mastering part is just to make that vibe like more translatable to the listener and the masses. So I feel like that's what we accomplished. I think that's what everybody out there who is in a music interested person or music creative interested person or whatever, that's the way I like looking at it, and that's the way I've been making the most progress lately. And that's honestly the way I made any progress back in the day. It's like, it's just now it's like things are just like way more professional. But it's like, you know those bell curves, those memes that's like, they show like a amphibian and then like the nerd up top and then the Jedi, and it goes like this. It's like the same thing basically. Like all the stuff that I made like way back in the day, like Sleeper, Circle of Nine, promo EP, was all like amphibian mode. And then the top of the heap would be like a lot of music I didn't release and probably any disfiguring record that people don't like. And then at the other end is like, yeah, like sounds good. And that's why like this analog gear is funny too, because like, I don't know, it's just like, yeah, it sounds good. You know what I mean? So I think the only way to improve the songs we wrote would to be write songs in the vein of what we would want to hear next. You know what I mean? The mix isn't supposed to like translate what you're doing into something like magically better or magically more comparative than like something else. It's like, yeah, there's like tiny percentage points of comparativeness that you can incorporate at the very end, but you're not going to full on like full-fledged adapt to whatever you're comparing it to. Like we did that even. We dropped our mix into Record Box. I referenced it with a bunch of metal mixes that I reference, and we found one that was kind of like in the same vibe. It was like a Decapitated song, a newer Decapitated song. At least I think so. And I was like, hey, I think we could push more high end on our track. And then I looked at our EQ and I was like, yeah, like we definitely had a couple more ticks to do. So we kind of like redid the EQ a little bit. And I think we're not just happy with it. I think we're like impressed with it, which is kind of how almost every final mix has been after the acquisition of the Big Slime. Currently double tasking and taking a photo of the EQ because the EQ is all analog facing. This compressor is digitally recallable, so it like doesn't really matter. And compressors are honestly like a lot easier to set, especially when they're stepped like this one is. Then, I mean, this is step 2, but I don't know. I'll do a video soon about the gear and walk through, like, I don't know. I was thinking when I do a video about the gear, I was gonna like have Ableton playing and then recording the gear, and then just like probably like that one guy did it where he would talk and then not talk when he was touching the gear.
Yeah.
So it's like I would probably do like, now I'm gonna do this. This is what you should kind of maybe listen for. This is what this does. Like, check it out, and then like do the demonstration.
Yeah, because there's like no gear review for...
Yeah, the ME. I mean, there's a lot of gear reviews for the NGbus comp.
Well, yeah, it's newer. Well...
And it's hyped, and everyone has one. I'm surprised this isn't more popular, because it sounds unreal.
I feel like a lot of people like the full mastering.
Yeah, this brand.
Yeah,
Elyisa
full mastering.
Right? Yeah, that's like a
it's like a fucking $10,000 unit or something.
Yeah, that's like some big Master Studio stuff.
Good night, slime.
Good night, slime.
Good night, slime. I feel like I just like creating. I don't like lulls in creating too much, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of why I like Cure Every Day too. It's like,
it's something to do.
Yeah, dude, like I've been editing this footage lately and like catching that flow state when I'm editing. I'm like, I like doing this stuff.
Same. I just like being busy like that. If I'm not like constantly creative, I feel like I'm like losing.
Yeah, dude, I feel like that every day. And that's like yesterday, I watched what's that movie called? Cicero?
Oh, Sicario.
So I watched Sicario. I came home from work. I like loafed around for a little bit. I didn't feel good. I felt like I was sick or something.
You were saying that you're feeling like sick after the session.
Like I ate like macaroni and cheese, and then
just fucked you up.
No, that's all that sounded good.
Oh, was the macaroni and cheese?
Yeah, like I tried to eat a big breakfast, and I ate like half of what I made, which is always a bummer.
Yeah.
And then
wasteful.
Yeah. And then I watched that movie. And you know, when you watch a movie by yourself, do you ever pause it and go on your phone like throughout the movie?
Sometimes, but like I grew up where my family had this thing called like WTS, where it's like watch the show. Like my family's like a movie family. My fucking grandmas, my aunties, and everybody will fucking bop you if you're like, they're like, yo, watch the fucking movie.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Like, so when I was a little kid going to movie theaters, quiet as fuck. So I'm not the person that sometimes I can, if I pull out my phone to look at something, I know that I'm not interested enough.
Yeah, I think I just like to expand this experience.
The experience,
especially in a movie like that, where like when things start getting a little tense, I'm like, I need to take a little break.
Oh, because it's too intense.
Yeah,
I got
I need to hit pause and
you're like chill out. So what'd you do? You're like, this is. Did you get up because it was too nuts?
Well, my cat was fucking around a couple times, so I had to deal with that, and then I just would pause it and I don't know, just go on Twitter or whatever, and just like hang out for a little, and you know, you're just chilling. So I just was like,
it's kind of a long movie though, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've watched it.
It had really good pacing. You know, the only thing I thought about is remember when she tries to arrest, what's his name, Alejandro, the CIA Colombian dude.
I can't remember. It's been a while. I remember the storyline though.
But they're at the end of the tunnels, and he finds that cop who was loading up drugs, and he's gonna get away from him. So he's like, he kills the other dude, and he's like, kind of has the gun to his head, and he's like, get in the car. And then the FBI chick, who drove me nuts the whole fucking movie, you know, it's the only movie I've ever seen where I want the CIA to like, the dirty CIA dogs to like just get in there and get it done, and the FBI chick's all like, we can't do it, and I'm like, yeah, shut up.
You're all fuck off.
Yeah, don't you understand?
Don't you understand?
She points the gun at him and says like, stop, you're under arrest, and he shoots her twice in the Kevlar bulletproof vest, just to like get her down. And he says, never point a weapon at me again. And at the very end of the movie, he like gets her to sign that piece of paper, and he has the gun at her, right? It's her gun too. Yeah. And then he kind of like throws the slide off and throws the magazine, just throws him, and he's walking out. And the view is from her apartment balcony, and you hear her load the gun up and then walk out there. And he knows, so he turns around, she's pointing the gun at him, and then she lowers it. I was like, is he gonna pull a gun out and shoot her? Never point a gun at me again. Yeah. So that was like the one thing I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, you gotta watch the second one next.
Yeah. Who's it? Is those two CIA guys are back in it. I know that because I saw the cover.
Really, like, that's honestly the people that matter. You know?
They're my favorite people. The Get Out dude, the other FBI dude, he did a good job in it. Yeah.
Get Out, that was another good movie.
That was another good movie. Yeah, he did good in that. He kind of played like he was supposed to be green, and he felt green in the movie too. What the hell is this?
Chakra wand.
Oh my goodness. Looking at that, I was like, when I picked it up, I was like, you should have asked what it was before
you touched it. You start seeing.
Yeah, you're like, I wouldn't touch that if I were you. Are these on the hues too?
Yeah, everything in here is. I think almost there's like 2 lights in my house that aren't Hue.
Like even like the lens on here, how it's like kind of dirty, but in the light, it almost has like a cool filter vibe to it.
Yeah, people would put a grain overlay.
Yeah.
On shit. I mean, people pay like $100